I heard this statement lately on a podcast featuring Lori Pollich Scott. She says, sometimes we're so focused on what he is not doing that we're not paying attention to what he is doing, the door he is opening. Several years ago, I was invited to Baptist Women's Spring Conference. The experience uplifted my soul as I attended a Soul Sisters workshop. I began to read and learn more about spiritual formation and disciplines. I had a desire to share this with the women at my church. In the fall of 2020, God opened a door. Diane McBath invited me to learn how to facilitate Soul Sisters online with CBWOQ. At the time, church life had changed drastically. Not just pandemic isolation, but a crisis of faith within our congregation. I was chair of leadership at the time, and we struggled for 2 years with this difficult situation. I leaned into God, but I often focused on what He wasn't doing. Soul Sisters provided opportunity to meet wonderful women from all parts of Ontario and Quebec and New Brunswick. In those 2 years of facilitating and developing spiritual friendships, Soul Sisters was a gift from God. It began a work in my life of confession, forgiveness, and lamenting as I journeyed through the difficult days of my faith crisis. I also participated in Complete, that added to my healing as I learned the power of God's love to transform. The Holy Spirit began to move in my life as I waited on God's purposes for me and the church I served. The Prayer Network cohort this past year encouraged me to listen to God in new ways of prayer. Now I'm beginning to focus on what God is doing. I continue to serve in the church, facilitating a women's ministry, praying that we will take opportunities to use the resources of CBWOQ. Sisters in Strength has been a blessing, support and prayers from so many women who I have met online over the years at Baptist Women. God has opened doors. May I continue to focus on what He is doing.